Hey, good morning and welcome back to episode 19. I can't believe it, of our VA Mastery series, where today I am really excited to share some good information. And this is a great topic, okay? And this is all about financial management skills that every single virtual assistant needs, right? Actually, any small business owner, all right? It's so important. We're building these businesses. What are we building them for? Because we need to make money to pay our bills, right? So we need to, have some systems in place to take care of those finances, right? So whether you are catching this live or you're catching the replay, or if you're new here today, just drop me either a hashtag live, a hashtag replay, or a hashtag new in the comments, because I would love to interact and connect with you. All right. So as you're rolling in here, say hello. Tell me where you're tuning in from. I am tuning in from my home office here in Central New York. All right. So just say hello, because you know what, I feed off your engagement, and I'm bringing you these topics every week, and these are topics that are really useful. It's something that you can actually take with you and bring it into your day-to-day work and your life. And I always give you 3 takeaways every single week so that you can go and implement them immediately. All right. So today we are going to be diving into effective strategies for invoicing clients, right? Tracking your expenses and managing your budgets, right? It's all part of, being a small business owner or entrepreneur. And another thing that helps with is preparing for the dreaded tax season. And yes, I say it's dreaded because it's not always the most fun thing to get ready for, or sometimes we kind of just ignore it for the whole year, and then we get to tax season and we're like, oh, okay, I forgot to do this and that, so then we're scrambling to get things together, right? But we have some strategies for you where we can just kind of, if we stay on top of that, then we can avoid like the stress and kind of make the finances a little bit easier. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And we can master these financial fundamentals, all right, because this is what's going to help you keep your business thriving, all right, especially if you know your numbers and you're on top of all this stuff. It's so important. But before we dig in today, I just want to properly introduce myself to those of you who are new to our group or to the VA Mastery Series. My name is Jodi Marvin, and I am a certified business strategist. And I also train naturally organized women to build virtual assistant businesses that they love right from the comfort of home. So I'm glad that you're here today. And again, as you roll in, say hello, and tell me what you do for a living. All right. I'd love to know. All right. So now, like I mentioned a couple minutes ago, is every single Wednesday I present a different topic. All right. And this is called the VA Mastery Series, as you can see here on the screen. And I always include 3 strategies with actionable steps for each strategy for you to take back and implement it into your own business. Now, this is whether you're a virtual assistant or maybe you're just an entrepreneur in a different industry. It really doesn't matter, because these strategies will help anyone in business. All right. Let's start with strategy number 1. The first thing is invoicing and getting paid on time. Now, here we are working hard in our businesses, right? And sometimes we're so far like in the trenches, like working on like client work, that sometimes it's hard to take care of our own stuff, like the invoicing, right? So putting a system in place that's really easy for us so that we can get paid on time, so that we can continue serving clients, is really important. All right. So first up is just efficient invoicing, because why is it important? Well, it's kind of crucial for maintaining cash flow, right? And again, that's what we're in business for. We're in business to make money to pay our bills. All right. So listen up. This is what is really important. Automating your invoice processing is really important. And you can do that with certain tools. There are tools out there that will help you. All right. There's things called FreshBooks. There's something called QuickBooks. I use QuickBooks Online for a lot of my AR and AP as well. And there's also something called HoneyBook. I know that a lot of virtual assistants out there use that. It does cost money. It's going to it's like a monthly subscription or whatever, but it does help you organize all of your invoicing, okay, and helps it automate it, all right? Because that will help you get your invoices out promptly, and it'll help you have an overview, like a bird's eye view over on, what invoices are due. Okay. So that you can follow up on all those overdue payments, and you can do that kind of automatically. All right. Instead of having to be, constantly monitoring that. All right. Because we're busy doing client work. Right. So we want to make that as automated as possible. So also, you're going to want to ensure that your payment terms are really, really clearly specified in every single invoice, right? What is it, net 30? When is your invoice due? Is it net 10, right? So obviously you have to work that out with your client, especially in the beginning. That's why onboarding is so important. And that's why contracts are so important, right? And communication. All right. And then you can consider offering just multiple payment options to make it easier for clients to pay. Okay. So your actionable step for strategy number 1, and strategy number 1 again is invoicing and getting paid on time, right? That's really, really important. So what I want you to do is just take a look at your current invoicing process. All right. Are there any delays in how quickly that you send them out? Yeah, because as I mentioned, we're busy doing our client work. Sometimes it does take us a couple days after the, depending on when you do your billing, right? To actually be able to sit down and work on your own business. It could be at night, in the evening, or whatever. Or maybe you're hopefully blocking out some time and carving out some time to work on your invoicing. All right. So, really automating the invoice dispatch and sending out those reminders automatically can really, really streamline this aspect of your business significantly. All right. So take a look at your current invoicing processes and see if there's any like gaps in there that you can, kind of fill that can help you become more automated in that process. All right. And strategy number 2 is tracking your expenses and managing budgets. I know. It's not the most fun thing. Sometimes we like to ignore our expenses, right? Because maybe we've had an expensive month and we didn't keep a close eye on our expenses, right? And we're like, I don't want to look. But no, it really is important to just keep a close eye on your expenses and managing a budget as well, because those are really key to maintaining your business's financial health. And you know what? It's actually key to maintaining your personal financial health as well. All right. And there's lots of tools out there. There are things like QuickBooks, right? There's spreadsheets. I actually use a spreadsheet every single month, and I look at it all the time. There's also tools like Expensify if you have travel expenses or something like that, or there's Zoho Expense. There's a lot of different ones out there, so take a look at them. But these are really excellent for tracking all of your business expenses. All right, and then it helps you to stay on budget, especially if you're taking a look at what you're spending. And it also really helps simplify tax prep. All right. So your actionable step for strategy number 2, which is tracking expenses and managing budgets, is to just go ahead and find a tool, right? And implement a new tool or maybe a process, for tracking your expenses this month. And you can start so simple. All right. So, and then just start categorizing your expenses just to see where the heck is your money going, right? And set a budget for the next month based on your average expenses. Okay. Now, I personally use a Google Sheet to track all of that. And I create a new sheet for each month. It's all in the same document. And that really, really helps me to monitor what I'm doing and to even find some gaps. Like maybe I'm spending money on software subscriptions that I'm not using anymore, right? It's so important to keep an eye on that, right? Even if it's just once a week or once a month. I mean, that's better than not doing it, right? So that is your actionable step. Just try to implement a new tool or a process of some kind, right? For tracking those expenses. All right, so important. And strategy number 3 is preparing for taxes. Yes. Tax time doesn't have to be stressful, but a lot of times it is, right? But, all you really need to do is just kind of set aside a percentage of each payment that you're receiving into a separate tax savings account, okay? Because then you're going to make sure that you're not caught off guard when all your taxes are due, all right? And there are tools for that as well. Like there's QuickBooks or something else called Wave. And there are a lot of different programs out there. There's so many that are available that there's really not an excuse to not have some kind of process in place to help you set aside the percentage of your income that you're going to get taxed on. Okay. So again, look at QuickBooks. You could even just simply do it in a spreadsheet again. All right. But anything like this is just going to be able to help you track your income versus your expenses, and then estimate what your tax liabilities are going to be, right? What am I going to owe at the end of the year? Just so that you know, right? Even if it's just ballpark, and have that money put aside somewhere that you know that it's earmarked, you're not going to touch it, because you know what? And when tax season comes, you are going to just thank yourself, all right? And then you can use that spreadsheet to share with your tax person too, all right? So your actionable step number for a strategy number 3 is, if you haven't already, just go and open a separate savings account for taxes and do that this week, all right? Today's Wednesday, right? There's plenty of time. And you can actually I think you can apply for those online now, right? So click of a button probably. So, and then once you have that done, start transferring a set percentage of each payment that you receive from your clients to this account to prepare for your tax obligations. And see how that feels and see how that works out for you, right? So this is a process that we put in place. It's probably going to feel a little awkward at first, right? But I'm telling you, once you get these processes in place and it becomes like a habit, oh my gosh, you're going to think to yourself, how did I ever not do this before? All right. Now, I usually only have 3 strategies for you every week, but today I want to include one more strategy, number 4. And this is something to enhance your cash flow, to really, further streamline your finances. Okay. And this is something that I call is a retainer refill. And what that is it's a system where you create retainer packages, all right, that clients pay up front. Okay. That way you ensure that you're never chasing payments. All right. You're getting paid for your work up front. And whatever your packages look like, 5-hour packages, 10-hour packages, whatever you decide to do, all right, that works for your VA business, for your clients, what's going to happen is this is going to make your financial transactions clear and straightforward for both you and for your clients. Now, so there's a way for you to be able to say, okay, right? So if you offer your retainer packages up front, they get paid up front, right? And once those hours are used up, you provide a way for your client to easily refill their retainer, and just with a simple payment link. Okay. And there's a way to do that. I mean, there's, QuickBooks has capabilities like that. And there's also another way, and I'll cover that in a second. But so your actionable step is for key strategy number 4, which is enhancing your cash flow with the retainer refill system. Okay. Is take a second, and maybe you've already done this, but if you're a new VA, maybe not, outline 2 to 3 retainer package options. All right. That are really suitable for your clients. Okay. And now if you're using it, it all depends on what the system that you're using, and I've mentioned the system that I recently moved over to, which is, it's called Social Connector, and it's a CRM system, but it's all in one. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. It's like a business in a box. It's like an automation tools in a box, but it's so much more than that. Like it blows my mind, everything that it does. But in this all-in-one CRM system, you can actually send invoicing. You can send invoices to your clients. You can track who owes. You can also send payment links to clients for your retainer refills. All right, and say, oh, you're out of hours for the month. Yeah, absolutely. If you're ready to refill, here's the link. Okay, and I'm sure these clients that need the work done, they're going to refill it, right? Because they have a VA for a reason. Right. So, give that a shot and see if that doesn't work for you. Right. So, now if you are using an all-in-one CRM system like Social Connector, what you can do is you can just set up your links to manage this automatically. All right. And just make the refill process as seamless as possible when clients need more hours. Okay. Just say, oh, here's your link, purchase more retainer hours, and, we'll just continue the work. All right. So, that's like, I mean, the CRM system, the Social Connector, is it's absolutely amazing. And just the possibilities there. It just, it really reduces expenses. The CRM system includes so many things in it that, like, oh my gosh, I just recently cut, I'm going to say $9,800 per year off of a client's, of their expenses. I performed an expense audit for a client and found they had so many different software subscriptions that did all these different things. And we moved them over to the CRM system Social Connector, and now they're cutting almost $10,000 a year in software expenses because they don't need all that stuff. I'm telling you, it's crazy. So, and that's another thing I would recommend too, is performing an expense audit, every once in a while on your own business. Okay. And see, can you cut anything? Are you subscribed to software that you're not even using? Right. And see if there's a way to streamline that and, find something that's all in one. Okay. So, and this is the Social Connector is $97 a month, and it covers like so many things, invoicing and email marketing. And I can't even tell you that there's so much to it, but so we won't get into that because today's topic is actually just the financial management. But, because, you're saving so much money by, looking at all-in-one systems, it does kind of fit in here, doesn't it? Because, you're cutting expenses, right? So great option for yourself as a virtual assistant, great option for your VA clients. If they don't have that system in place, or if they don't have certain systems in place, take a look at the all-in-one systems. They are just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right. So we went over 4 strategies today. All right. And we're still under 20 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to wrap it up, and I'm just going to give you a summary of all of our actionable steps that we talked about today. All right. So to wrap it up, we have covered essential strategies for managing your finances as a virtual assistant, as a small business owner. It doesn't matter, right? So here are our actionable steps. So number 1 is to streamline your invoicing to ensure that you are paid on time, right? We need to get paid on time to keep things going, right? To pay our own bills, to pay our overhead, okay? Number 2 is to keep really diligent track of your expenses and manage your budgets wisely. And you can start this as simple as a Google Sheet, all right? That doesn't cost you anything except for your time, all right? And when you're organized, oh my gosh, and you're on top of it, you just feel, it's just an amazing feeling. You feel in more control, right? And it's just, it's a practice that will really, really, really help your business, and it will help your clients as well, right? You can even implement this for them. And number 3 is prepare for tax season with good financial habits throughout the year, right? You're getting your receipts entered. You are, you're looking at your expenses. You are putting away, the estimated taxes, right? So that you don't have to scramble at the end and say, oh my gosh, look how much my taxes are costing me, right? So yeah, these are some techniques that you can use to kind of lighten that a little bit and not make it so difficult when tax season comes. And then number 4 is to implement what I call the retainer refill system to secure your income efficiently. All right. And for getting paid up front. So, I have heard some horror stories about VAs who have done work, and then the client ghosts them and they don't get paid. And you know what, we want to avoid that. Right. So this is one great way is to, have the retainer refill link that you can just send to your client, and they can click on it, they can pay it, and you just keep working. Right. So great strategy. All right. So these strategies, you guys, will really help your business financially. It's going to keep it financially healthy, and it's really just going to allow you to focus more on growing your VA services. Okay. It makes your business, and it makes your life easier. It really, really does. So I hope those are helpful. I hope that you're going to go and implement those today, and tell me what is your favorite strategy from today. And what are you most excited to try? Because I'm telling you, being on top of your finances and your financial health for your business carries over to your personal life, right? And it just makes you feel on top of the world. So I hope this was helpful today. But thank you for joining today. And just remember to, keep learning, keep growing, and keep soaring to new heights in your VA journey. All right. So I will see you next time for more ways to transform your potential into success. All right. Thanks for joining. All right. Take care, everybody. See you next time. Bye.